Example 1. An agritourism could create a brand that incorporates local colors, patterns, and symbols in its logo and marketing materials, reflecting the area's cultural heritage and landscape. Example 2. A rural art gallery might host workshops that showcase local crafts, like pottery or weaving, offering visitors a hands-on experience and a chance to learn about traditional arts directly from local artisans. Example 3. A countryside eco-lodge could name each of its rooms after local plants, animals, or landmarks, and provide guests with informational guides that share the stories and significance of these local elements. Building trust. Trust is essential for any brand, particularly those promoting sustainability, as eco-conscious consumers are often wary of greenwashing and empty promises. Building trust requires transparency, honesty, and a commitment to ethical practices. This can include openly sharing the brand's sustainability practices, such as sourcing materials locally, reducing carbon footprints, or participating in environmental initiatives. Regularly updating customers on progress and challenges in meeting sustainability goals can further demonstrate transparency. Engaging in ethical practices, such as fair wages for local workers or partnerships with conservation organizations, reinforces the brand's commitment to making a positive impact. By consistently living up to these principles, the brand builds a reputation for reliability and integrity, fostering a loyal customer base and contributing to long-term success. Example 1. A local ecotourism operator could publish an annual sustainability report that details their carbon offset efforts, waste reduction programs, and water conservation measures, demonstrating transparency in their operations. Example 2. A regional produce market could build trust by sourcing exclusively from local farms, providing clear labeling on the origins of all products, and sharing stories about the farmers and producers involved. Example 3. A rural adventure tour company could engage in ethical practices by training and hiring guides from nearby villages, ensuring fair wages, and supporting local economies through partnerships with local service providers and suppliers. Consistency in brand identity is crucial for recognition and trust. Consistent branding helps reinforce the brand's sustainable values and strengthens its presence in the minds of consumers. Developing brand guidelines is essential for maintaining a cohesive and recognizable identity that reflects a commitment to sustainability. These guidelines should outline specific rules for logo usage, including acceptable variations, color schemes, and placement to ensure the logo remains consistent and aligned with eco-friendly values. Additionally, guidelines should specify a color palette that reflects nature-inspired tones, reinforcing the brand's connection to the environment. The messaging tone is equally important. Establish guidelines for a tone that is warm, authentic, and eco-conscious. This ensures that all communications, whether on social media or in print, convey the brand's commitment to sustainability and rural tourism in a way that resonates with the audience. Consistency is key to building a strong brand identity. By using a unified message across all channels, you create a memorable brand presence that reinforces your dedication to sustainability, local culture, and rural tourism. Every message, whether in a social media post, a brochure, or a website banner, should emphasize sustainable practices such as environmental conservation, support for local communities, and promotion of rural areas. Consistent messaging not only strengthens the brand's identity, but also builds trust with the audience, as they come to recognize and associate the brand with values that reflect eco-friendly practices and a celebration of the local region. Maintaining visual consistency across all touchpoints is essential to creating a cohesive brand experience. This includes online platforms like social media and websites, as well as printed materials such as brochures, posters, and on-site signage. Visual elements like the color palette, typography, and imagery should reflect the brand's eco-conscious identity and evoke a connection to the natural beauty of rural areas. Using eco-friendly design elements such as organic shapes and earthy colors helps reinforce the brand's commitment to sustainability. Additionally, ensure that in-person experiences, such as branded merchandise or promotional materials, are aligned with these visual principles to create a seamless experience that resonates with visitors. different channels require unique adaptations of the brand's identity while maintaining an overall eco-conscious theme. For social media, prioritize short, impactful messages paired with vibrant visuals that showcase local landscapes, eco-friendly practices, and community involvement. On the website, focus on longer form content that tells the brand story and provides detailed information about sustainable practices and local tourism offerings. For printed materials, like brochures, ensure that the designs use eco-friendly materials and are optimized for readability and aesthetic appeal, reflecting the brand's dedication to environmental conservation. By adapting the brand's visual and verbal identity for each channel, you can effectively reach a diverse audience while consistently conveying your sustainability-focused message. In a competitive market, particularly within the tourism industry, establishing a distinct identity is crucial. With this topic, we will understand how to differentiate one's own brand from others and effectively position it to attract eco-conscious travelers. We will explore methods for identifying unique brand qualities, defining a target audience, and developing a positioning strategy that highlights sustainability and local appeal. Understanding and defining your unique selling points, USPs, is essential for establishing a strong brand identity that stands out in the tourism market. USPs are the distinctive features or benefits that set your brand apart from competitors. For businesses promoting sustainable tourism in rural areas, USPs might include exceptional eco-friendly practices like zero-waste initiatives, partnerships with local artisans and farmers, or exclusive access to off-the-beaten-path locations. Another USP could be a deep connection to the local heritage, offering guests an authentic experience that reflects the area's unique traditions and history. By clearly identifying and communicating your USPs, you make your brand more attractive to eco-conscious travelers who are looking for unique, meaningful experiences. This helps create a brand identity that is memorable and resonates with your audience. To build a successful brand, it's essential to define and understand your target audience, those eco-conscious travelers most likely to connect with your brand. By identifying key demographics, such as age, lifestyle, and travel preferences, and psychographics, such as values, interests, and motivations, you can develop a detailed profile of your ideal customer. For instance, eco-conscious travelers may prioritize brands that offer sustainable accommodations, promote local culture, and minimize environmental impact. Tailoring your branding to align with these values can help create a connection with your audience, making them more likely to choose your brand over others. By gaining a deep understanding of your target audience, you'll be able to craft messages, visuals, and experiences that resonate and create lasting impressions. Effective brand positioning is about defining how you want your brand to be perceived in the minds of your target audience, particularly in relation to competitors. In the context of sustainable tourism, positioning might involve highlighting your brand's dedication to eco-friendly practices, community support, and promotion of local culture. For example, if you're positioning your brand as a leader in responsible tourism, you might focus on your brand's commitment to conservation and local partnerships. Alternatively, if your brand is positioned as a luxury eco-lodge, you may emphasize the exclusivity of the experience and the premium amenities that align with sustainability. A clear positioning strategy not only differentiates your brand, but also strengthens its appeal to travelers who value sustainability and cultural authenticity. Conducting a competitor analysis is crucial to understanding how your brand can fill gaps in the market and offer something unique. Start by examining the branding strategies of competitors in your region or niche, looking at their strengths, weaknesses, target audience, and unique selling points. For instance, you might find that most competitors lack a focus on cultural heritage or sustainable practices, presenting an opportunity for your brand to stand out by emphasizing these elements. Through competitor analysis, you can identify areas where your brand can differentiate itself and address unmet needs within the market. This insight will inform your brand's positioning and help you attract your target audience by offering a unique, compelling experience they won't find elsewhere. The principles of branding design are essential for creating a compelling and effective brand identity. by focusing on the foundational elements, such as logos, color palettes, typography, and messaging tone. Businesses can craft a brand that resonates deeply with their target audience. Understanding the importance of defining a brand's purpose and values allows organizations to communicate their mission authentically and consistently. Effective strategies for brand differentiation and positioning enable businesses to identify their unique selling points and effectively reach eco-conscious consumers. By incorporating local culture and community involvement into branding efforts, organizations can foster meaningful connections with their audience while promoting sustainable practices. Mastering these branding design principles empowers businesses to create a memorable brand identity that stands out in a competitive marketplace, engages consumers, and drives long-term success.